I had spinal cord surgery, which has allowed me to walk again when I was told that I never would.
I had to have my knees replaced.
I had scoliosis of the spine. I was diagnosed with osteosarcoma when I was 12.
I was blown up in an IED explosion in Afghanistan.
After the operation, for a long time I've been able to really walk and no problem.
When I was 7, I found out that I had bone cancer, but I came to Stanmore and they gave me a special leg which saved my life.
The Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital was founded in 1905 and has now been in existence 105 years, and it's developed into one of the top 3 leading orthopaedic hospitals in the world.
I came here because I needed an operation in my leg to take out cancer, and I had to have a replacement metal bone put in so that I could walk.
I was on assignment in Afghanistan in Helmand, and it was a supply run up to the bases and to drop us off, and just a massive IED explosion, and fortunately my report was killed in a young Marine, and I lost my lower right leg. There was amputated in Bastion, and then my left was taken off in Selly Oak.
It's a unique hospital in that it takes patients from the age of 3 months and will treat them if necessary throughout their life. And allows us really to get to know the patients and their families, and to make sure not only do we treat them with world-class outcomes, but we can also monitor those outcomes to make sure for the next generation patients also get the best treatment.
Well, how often does Mummy have to change it?
Mummy can't change it.
We treat a large range of conditions here. We have babies and young children come in with congenital abnormalities. As children get older, we deal with some trauma injuries. We have referrals in from all over the region. And as children grow into young people, we do a lot of scoliosis and spinal work. Last year we treated nearly 1,900 children through the inpatient ward and thousands more in outpatients through imaging, scanning and the plaster theatre service.
I had scoliosis of the spine, which my mum found.
It was discovered when she was about 12 while she was swimming. Sarah found a little strange way that she was standing.
30% of the work that goes on in this trust is children and young adults. We also treat the crooked spine, the scoliosis and other rare conditions.
I had this lump on my leg when I came back from school camp. It was really summer and I was wearing shorts, and my mum noticed a difference. So we went to the GP and he was great. He immediately recognised it and referred me here, knowing that I would be more likely to get serious attention when I came to the RNOH.
We treat about 10 to 12,000 inpatients having complex surgical procedures, and treat the very rare conditions such as bone cancer of bone and soft tissue, to the more common procedures such as complex hip and knee replacement and revision, and problems with any part of their limb, their spine or their skeleton.
Before I had the operation, I could ride on my bicycle, but then because my leg was hurting from the cancer, I had to stop for a long time.
I was so young and I remember being so overwhelmed by everything because it happened so quickly. But I remember my nurses were all so nice.
We also have one of 9 spinal injury units based here at Stanmore to service those patients that unfortunately damage their necks or their spines and have spinal cord injuries. They come here for treatment, and then the aim is to get them out of hospital, back into the normal environment at home as quickly as we can, getting back on really with their normal lives.
That's it, that's exactly it. Yeah.
I was injured on the 19th of February 2008 while serving with the armed forces, and I was paralysed from the waist down and couldn't move and couldn't feel anything at first. I was brought back to Great Britain and looked after by the military until I came here on the 1st of March for my spinal surgery. And if Dr. Jan Lachowski hadn't have operated on me and seen that my spinal cord was kinked, and he had unkinked it, I wouldn't be walking.
I mean, you see everything here, people with all sorts of conditions. I mean, that's from all, you've got all age ranges. You've got young men who are still working, who are able to continue working because they have been put back on their feet and they have been or made mobile again after some horrendous injuries or operations, right down to some fairly elderly infirm people and children. I mean, it's actually mind-blowing what happens here. It basically put people back together.
I came here and they put metal rods in my neck and 8-inch screws up my back, which have now fused together and keep me straight.
Unfortunately, most of our surgery that we carry out here is in buildings that really are not fit for purpose anymore. We are working in huts that were put up in 1942 with a shelf life of 15 years. They are poor quality, and I think it's a great testament to all the staff that work in my organisation that we can still attain world-class outcomes and low infection rates despite the environment in which we work. But there is no doubt that when patients and their parents come to our organisation for the first time, they're often frightened, they're often scared, and when they see the buildings that we work in, they sometimes think that possibly they're going to a workhouse type facility.
I was very a little bit nervous about how things were going to go, and then we went into the buildings. It was full of different sections, some of them very broken down, and I wondered what on earth we were coming to.
I was slightly bemused by arriving at a hospital which I was expecting to see really quite a smart hospital, and then I find that you are in Nissen huts from the last war.
I think one of the things that's most amusing is that when you get taken up the slope corridor and the fact that now the beds are fully automatic and therefore weigh quite a lot, they've got this special tug with a flashing orange light to tow you uphill. I mean, that is just so unique. And I mean, if you tell people that, they think you're making it up. They don't realise it's actually true.
This is what I imagine that sort of a Cuban hospital may look like after a sort of like 40-year embargo. I mean, the facilities are a bit rough and ready, but as I say, the staff, you almost don't notice that in a way. That's almost, the staff are almost a bit too good in a way that you don't see, the sort of slightly decrepit gym and sort of dull colours. But it would be a lot better if there was more of even surfaces and, less slopes and stuff.
The Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital has now entered a new and very exciting phase of its development. We've secured funding, which is the basic fabric of the building, but we want to raise £15 million to help provide infrastructure, modern equipment, that all the other essentials that is going to provide the complete package for the patients and achieving these world-class outcomes.
I got a world first prosthesis in my leg, and it's meant that I haven't had to have further surgeries to lengthen it as I grew.
People look at you as an individual and think, well done, you've done the marathon, or well done, you've climbed a mountain, but actually the lesson is to look back at where that came from. The team around me and the support and mechanisms around me were all at RNOH.
The doctors at Stanmore are very clever and special, because without the doctors we wouldn't have all of these special things so that children can walk and use their arms again and all of that sort of things.
The other thing we've done is we've set up and we're going to build a new family accommodation unit, and it's going to be called the Princess Eugenie House.
The Princess Eugenie House will make families have a better time here with their children. Having your family makes you want to do better and want to heal, and you just do naturally because you're full of love.
The idea is to provide a new building which will allow us to house 24 families at any one time, and given the fact that 30% of our patients are children, which means we're doing over 2,000 paediatric operations a year, then there's obviously a need for this.
Because there wasn't any parents' bed, Mum slept in the chair, and I just liked having my mum and dad close to me. Really nice.
This is one of the 3 premier global institutions for orthopaedics this is the place to do it, and I'm delighted as patron to be able to support the activities of RNOH.
They do the most amazing work and they transform so many lives, including mine.
And I couldn't have been here without the RNOH, so please give to their funding appeal.
The RNOH actually put me back on my feet and helped me to walk again, and I'm able to go back to work and look after my 2 small children because of the work that was done here. So please support them.
I just really enjoyed sort of like the feeling of walking again, really enjoyed it so much. It's just really nice that they could do that. Really liked it.